Hey guys, welcome back to Old Iron Junkie YouTube channel. Today's project is going to be a little interesting. So, it's 2025, beginning of December. We had which was only 2 weeks ago, we had a massive flood. I mean like 6 inches from the all-time record, and a lot of other rivers were tens of feet above their record. So, very high flooding and lots of it. And so it got in our barn up here, and about 3 feet of water in the barn, and our leaf blower, which we didn't have a ton of time to prepare. We got left on the floor, and it was basically just floating in the barn in water for probably 2 days, day and a half. So it is very muddy. The leaf blower, here, I'll show you it. So it is just a Stihl, I think that's how you say it, BR200 leaf blower. I think it's one of their lowest or smallest models. But so as you can see here, that air filter and the carburetor is right behind it. It's just full of mud. And as for the spark plug up top too. So, judging by that, I'm sure you know that all needs to be cleaned. So, that's what I'm going to do, start us off here in this video. And I will bring you back once I've got that done. We'll take off the plastic shell that kind of encloses it all. I'm sure we'll have to do more cleaning. And we'll go from there. So, it does have fuel, and we had the cap on tight, so I don't see any fuel in there, or water in there. My dad didn't either, and so I think it's really just the mud is the biggest concern. So we'll jump into that now. All right, guys. Hi. Okay, so I got the leaf blower back. I just washed it. As you can see, first here's the cover for it, and then here's the air filter, which is wet because I got it wet, but it didn't look to be too bad. I mean, it's dirty because they have oil in them. That's kind of how they filter. But so I got all that. Now, this kind of first part of the carburetor, it looks like in here, is wet. So I'm going to grab our air blower here, and we're just gonna blow it out. Gently. Okay, so I've got that. Now, we're going to turn it around a little bit and take off this orange cover here so you can kind of see the whole engine. Okay, so there's just 3 screws, and then this whole thing should just kind of come off, I think. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Wow, that is a lot of mud on this too. All that mud. Alright, so I think from there, I'll take this out again and get all the mud up around the spark plug. It's all just mud, and that way we should have a clean engine bay, I guess, kind of what it's called. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll bring you back, and then I think after that we can. It looks like this carburetor is pretty easy to pull off. So I pull it off, just blow it out, get it dry. There's probably some sediment in there. Okay guys, got it back. Got this little engine housing all clean for the most part, just to house. And I got the whole engine and spark plug all cleaned up. So now, I'm gonna pop off this little, here I'll bring you to the little better end, or show you, here we go. So there's this little like plastic cover for the carburetor. So I'm just gonna take this off. Okay, so great news, everyone. This little cover, which I think is also just houses the air pre-cleaner. Ooh, just some mud on the back. I'll have to clean that off. But it just goes inside. This is like the choke flap that moves, and there's another flap inside that controls the throttle. Great news is, I do not see any sediment whatsoever. I see a little bit of liquid in there that might be gas, that could be water, so that's good news. I thought there'd be a ton of sediment in it and whatnot and mud. So I got some carb cleaner here. I'm just gonna spray a little bit in and just blow it out. Just gently blow it with some air, because I don't want to take the whole thing off. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we did that. So I think we can go ahead and put it back together for the most part. If there is a problem, we can always come back and take off the carburetor, maybe look at it in depth. But this little like what do we call it? It's like maybe like a draw button to help draw gas from the tank up into the carburetor. Like, I don't see any water in there. Like, it looks clean. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put all this back together and clean off this little thingy, and then I'll bring you back once I got everything back on, and we'll see if it'll start. Alright, so there's one more thing I forgot, which is we're gonna pull the spark plug and make sure that there's no water in the cylinders and whatnot, just to be safe, because if I try to pull it hard, it can be really bad. So the spark plug looks okay. My camera's not going to focus, is it? Yeah. But there is it almost looks to be water on the end of it. It could just be fuel, but we'll crank it and I'll put a little bit of oil in there just in case. Yep, and there's water in the cylinders, I think. Yep, there's water. We'll just keep cranking it, and I'll put some oil in to help see if I can get some out. And then we can try and start it. I'll be right back. Alright, so I did check the cylinders. Sorry I didn't show that, by the way. But there was a little bit of water. I'm 98% sure it was water. It didn't smell like gas, but it could have been a little mixed or whatnot. So I got that out. I put a little bit of oil in, so there's a little bit of lube when I'm cranking. And then I have some starter fluid here too, just in case we need it. But let's give this thing a few cranks and see if she does anything. Okay, so off camera, I pulled out the spark plug, did cranked it to get the last little bit of oil out in there, and cleaned the spark plug, and it did sputter off camera, so I'm hoping it starts this time. Starting fluid. Okay. See what that does.
You got it running.
Well, there you have it. You got it running. That's good. It did not want to start for sure. I've started this thing many times, and at least within 1 or 2 pulls, it starts right up. That thing is pretty unhappy, but I'm glad we got it running. So, yeah, it sounds really good. It sounds even at idle and stuff. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I would love it if you, like, just watching the video helps, you know, get me into the YouTube algorithm, but if you want to subscribe or like, you know, please do. Thank you guys for watching so much. That was me reviving our flooded leaf blower. See you guys next time.